Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Drago. Welcome to my Demon Souls Platinum Trophy playthrough. In this, in this video playlist, I will be discussing on fastest and most efficient way on getting a Platinum Trophy in Demon Souls. Again, Demon Souls is one of my favorite games, and I have gotten Platinum Trophy for this game 3 times. I've gotten a Platinum Trophy on Asian server. I've gotten a platinum trophy on the European server and a North American server. And I've actually gotten the platinum North American on 2 different accounts, so that'll make 4. And I'm going for the 5th time of getting this game platinum. Now, without further ado, as you can see here, the gear that I selected for my character, I started him as a Temple Knight, and one of the first things that I did right away, I took off some of the armor. The reason why I did that is because I want to stay below 50% equip burden. Let me show you quick right here. See the equip burden is 42 pounds. Let's go by pounds, I guess. And I'm at 14.8 right now, so I can fast roll. This will make evading easier, and it will also help me defeat the first boss that you encounter at the end of this tutorial level. The reason why I started as Temple Knight is because it's one of the better starting classes. I mean, it doesn't really matter which class you start the game with unless you're doing like a low-level playthrough. I do recommend, however, starting either as Temple Knight or Royalty if you plan on doing player versus player. So if you plan on dueling, invading, doing PvP, arranged duels, anything of that sort, I recommend either starting as a Temple Knight or a Royalty. Royalty is good for any kind of mage or magic-based build, such as a BBS, Blue Blood Sword build, caster build, anything of that nature. You want to go with Royalty. If you're going for like a Dex build, if you're going for a Faith build, if you're going for strength build even, I would prefer to go with Temple Knight. Priest is also a good starting class, but with Temple Knight you get a nice starting weapon in the halberd. It's got good range, and if you're two-handed, you can keep enemies at bay without getting too much damage. Obviously, I'm not worried about it right now. I'm just playing through the tutorial, but later on, when you get to Boletarian Palace, level 1-1, it helps to have that range. And actually, if we manage to defeat this first boss here, Vanguard, we will be able to upgrade the halberd to +1, which will enable us to one-shot all the Dregling's enemies in the first level. So, yeah, you want to do that. Now, I'm going to talk about some of the things here that I plan on showing this playthrough. I'm planning on playing this while online, so this will help to achieve pure white world tendency faster if you beat one boss. Usually the tendencies on a server are set one below the pure white world tendency. So what the fuck is this guy doing? Jesus. There you go. Get parried, motherfucker. Alright, so usually the tendencies are set to 1 below the pure white world tendency, which means if you beat one boss in each world, you will gain a pure white world tendency. The reason why that's important is because certain items and weapons can only be gained in either pure white world tendency or pure black world tendency. And if you screw up getting a pure white world tendency, let's say in one of the worlds, then you will have to go to New Game Plus and do that world there, and hope to get it done. Now the thing to remember, and I will go over this right away, and I will be mentioning this again throughout the playthrough, is that every time you beat a world, you revive, and as soon as that happens, the first thing you want to do is go back to the Nexus and Suicide. The reason why is because if you start playing each level revived in human form, then you risk death, which can set you back as far as achieving the pure white world tendency. So I strongly recommend to suicide before you start each stage. So without any further ado, let's take on Vanguard. Vanguard can be a challenging boss if you're having troubles dodging or whatever. So and he has quite a few attacks that can one-shot you as well. So you want to be very careful. Stay behind him as much as possible. And watch out for those butt slime attacks that he does. They can one-shot you quite easily, as well as those axe swipes that he does. This attack will also effectively one-shot you, and so will this. You can probably tell. So when he does his butt slam, you want to get out of range, and then once the opportunity shows, you want to just go ahead and wail and put that halberd right where the sun doesn't shine. So it's actually beneficial to have him do this attack because as you can see, it leaves him immobile for a few seconds, giving you a chance to... Ooh, that was a close call. Okay, and die, bitch, die. Alright, and we didn't take a single hit, which is always a plus, but now you're gonna die anyway, so let's go ahead and go to the next area. In the next area, we're gonna come face to face with the Dragon God, and that's an encounter that you cannot survive no matter what you do. But you do gain a few items from being in that area. Most importantly, you gain three shards of Hardstone and 3 shards of Sharpstone, which will upgrade your starting weapon to +1, which does come in handy in completing the next level a little bit faster. Since, for example, the +1 halberd will be able to effectively one-shot all the Dragonling's enemies in Boletarian Palace. And I will be showing how to dupe in my next video, and I will be showing how to get the essentials for the start of the playthrough, kind of from worlds such as 2-1, 4-1, and 5-1. So I will show how to do all that. And here we got all the soldier souls and all the consumables in this area, so you can go ahead and proceed to get Mike Tyson by Dragon God right here. And I just got Packy out. Alright. Alright, so next you come to the Nexus. There's not much to do the first time you arrive there. You're pretty much gonna go right ahead and proceed into the world 1-1. But I will take this moment to get some of the dialogue with Stockpile Thomas out of the way, and I will go ahead and store my armor in a bottomless box, so to speak. I will store it with Stockpile Thomas. Gave him next hill binding, so we're gonna go ahead and talk to him. We're gonna go ahead and deposit the armor just so it can be light, and it will open up some room for other equipment. I will go ahead and what else? Let me see. Oh yeah, I can talk to him and find out about how he abandoned his wife and daughter. And I will also go ahead and upgrade my halberd to +1 with Blacksmith Baldwin. Now, our next goal is to complete World 1-1, so we can level up and gain access to magic and miracle trainers in this game. And we also want to receive, we also want to tally up 20,000 souls so we can learn the miracle Evacuate. Evacuate is an essential miracle for duping. I know a lot of people frown upon that because it is, in a way, it's using a glitch to make and you can use it to make the game a lot easier than what it's meant to be, but at the same time, the main reason why we're doing this is we're cutting down on the number of playthroughs needed to achieve the trophy, and we're cutting down on the number of playthroughs and the number of hours that we will spend farming for stones and items otherwise. So it's pretty much essential, and unless you want to spend, let's say, 3.5 playthroughs looking for the platinum trophies, then I strongly suggest learning how to dupe and utilizing that effectively. Mainly, you want to dupe all the important items, such as Darkmoon Grass, Old Spice, Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. You want to dupe all the soul items that you get from bosses. You want to dupe all the upgrading stones, be it Hardstone, Sharpstone, or whatever else. And Slake Shield, I'm going to go ahead and discard that because just the shitty shield that's going to add to the equipment wave. You always want to, one of the main things to remember is that since you will need to grab some weapons throughout the levels, not all of them are going to be light, not all the armor is going to be light, and you always want to store all the equipment that you're not wearing and all the weapons that you do not need and all the stones that you're not using into the stockpile Thomas in the bottomless box. I'm calling it bottomless box because I'm just used to Dark Souls, but it's really just stockpile Thomas. So you want to go ahead and do that pretty much. As you can see, I'm two-handing the halberd here because you just get extra reach from using it two-handed, and it also adds to the damage, and it also functions like pretty much like a two-handed. I'm going to go ahead and dispose of these guys without even hitting them, and it also adds to the reach, and it adds to the range of the weapon, making it a lot more effective. I know a lot of people hate the one-handed moveset, but you're pretty much not going to use it for one-handed attacks. You're mostly going to use it for its two-handed moveset, which is quite good actually. There's fire bombs here. Fire bombs come in handy in a boss fight when you're going to go and fight Phalanx. Since the boss here is quite weak against any kind of fire damage. So yeah, you want to pretty much get Turpentine and Phalanx for that boss. You want to get Turpentine and fire bombs to take on Phalanx. Yeah, this guy, he made a mistake of coming down. Tried to attack him and see what he dropped. Crescent Moongrass, I'll take it, sure. Oh, missed this guy. Anyway, one thing you want to do is you want to definitely watch out for these torch-wielding dreadlings. Want to keep them at bay. Halberd two-handed is especially good for that. Mostly because they do a lot of damage if they hit you. They tend to do like this berserker attack that you just saw, and that can take quite a bit of damage, and if you've already taken damage before that, chances are you will die. I'm going to go ahead and take out these two guys. Watch out for the trap here. It's a rolling boulder trap. It also opens up a path to get the Bastard Sword. It's a decent weapon. It's not the best great sword. In my opinion, that would be Claymore. But it is quite useful because the stat requirements for that Bastard Sword are not very high. You can also upgrade it with Sharpstone. Since I used the Hardstone that I had in my inventory to, God, you can tell I'm not a native English speaker, Jesus Christ. Anyway, you can use the Sharpstone to upgrade the Bastard Sword. It's actually upgraded via Sharpstone. And if you prefer to wield a sword instead of a halberd, if you find like halberd moveset, you know, like awkward or whatever, then you can use that. Down here is a light crossbow. I'm not even gonna bother picking that up because to be honest, you don't need it for the trophy. You don't really need it as a ranged option. I'm going to be showing you how to get a composite longbow in the next video, and that will be the bow that I will be using for most of this playthrough, if not all of it. Since for this build, since his name is Paladin Lothar, you might have already guessed that he's going to be a Faith build. Faith builds are very effective. I would recommend them, you know, if you don't really care for what build you go in, I would definitely recommend going with Faith build. One thing to remember, you want to cut these chains here. They drop ragged robes, and they also drop old spice, which you will want to dupe as soon as you can. And they will also drop Jade hair ornament, which you can give to Stockpile Thomas for the Ring of Herculean Strength, which is any other ring, just as any other ring in this game. It's the ring that is required to achieve the Platinum Trophy. So you can also get it by killing Bior, but it's nice to have it a lot faster. Talk about overshooting this guy, Jesus. And now, here, once you pull the leather, you are going to gain the first item of note. It's the Cling Ring. The Cling Ring pretty much is going to be the staple for most of this playthrough, since we're going to be doing it in a soul form. It adds to the HP, and as you might have already guessed, that is fairly useful, especially early on. As you can see, I picked up old ragged ropes and old spice and a jade hair ornament here. Now that we've got this shortcut open, we can proceed, and next we'll take on Red Eye Knight. It's one of the first enemies in this game that gives players a lot of trouble, mostly just because he wields a winged spear. He does a lot of damage. He can two-shot you pretty effectively, and he can also break guard fairly easily. So next we'll take on this dangerous foe. Now that we open the shortcut, you know, if we die, we don't have to take the long way around. We'll just be able to go ahead and come right back here this way, and we'll be able to engage him. Fail, fail, fail. Now, one thing you want to do against this knight, you either want to parry him if you're feeling confident, or you want to backstab him. The easiest way to backstab him is by doing what I just did. You block one shot, and then you go ahead and come right behind him. You do want to watch out for his shield strike, because he can effectively break guard. As you can see, it only, with an upgraded halberd, it only took 2 backstabs and 1 strike to kill him. So here we go. We were able to get away with that pretty easily, which is always nice. But the way you want to go about it is just block his spear and right away just circle behind him and backstab him. If you have your weapon upgraded to +1, it will help immensely. You won't need to do it like 4 or 5 times. You'll be able to do it in 2 or 3. So you saw me do it here. So watch out for this Peyton Manning wannabe here. Blows up some barrels. Those are the barrels that you don't want to bring fire around. There's a lot of torch-wielding draglings in this level. that can blow up barrels and that can pretty easily kill you. To the right here, if you break down these barricades, there's a undead, well, I want to say undead merchant. I've been playing a lot of Dark Souls, forgive me for that. It's a Dragling merchant. He's pretty useful in the next stage because he sells you Claymore. In the world 1-3, you can get the Knight Sword and the Crescent Axe off of him as well. For now, we don't really need his services. Watch out for the ambush here. These knights are not much of a match for you, but if they do swarm you, you can take damage really fast, and they can possibly kill you. And if you die, you're gonna have a bad time. Alright. Well, here we go. Some crossbow guys. I'm gonna kill them first. I'm gonna kill these guys first before I go on to save Ostrawa. He's the first important NPC that you meet. You need him to get the Platinum Trophy, so you can't allow him to die in this level or the next level or even 1-3. Upgraded Halberd kills these Blue-Eye Knights in 2 hits. Cakewalk. My friend's gonna take a tumble off the cliff right here. Now we want to go down and we want to save Ostrawa. I'm not too worried about taking damage right now, just because I'm good with healing items, and these guys can hit me all they want. I'm just going to heal and kill them right back. So, not too worried about that right now. Take out this guy right here. Now, the next Blue-Eye Knight that you'll encounter, you can see him right up ahead, is a little tougher. So, you want to approach him with caution. You definitely don't want to trade hits with him, just because he can probably two-shot you. He's got a Claymore, unlike the other knights who are wielding the Knight Sword. Claymore is a little bit more powerful, and it can be quite deadly, especially if you don't have the Cling Ring equipped. I believe he can just one-shot you then. Also, 2 hits will effectively kill you, so yeah, I'm just recklessly taking damage here. But whatever, now, as you can see, Ostrawa is crying for help. Not sure why, he's kind of a pussy. I mean, honestly, I think he's more than capable to just solo all these guys, but, you know, if he needs help, I suppose we'll provide. Not too worried about taking damage from these guys, to be honest. So, you just gotta watch out for the barrels. I mean, if you're around barrels when they blow up, chances are you will probably die. So, gonna talk to him really quick. He gives you Brass Telescope the first time. The second time you rescue him, he will give you the Dark Moongrass, which you'll want to dupe as soon as you get to the Nexus after that, because then it'll be your main healing item, and it's also an item that cures any other status effects, such as poison, plague, whatever. So it will be our healing item of choice, so to speak, for the remainder of the playthrough. As you can see, this is where Halberd comes in handy, just because it catches these guys from a pretty long range, which is nice because they have this kind of long leaping attack, and if you can hit them while they're in the middle of it, it does counterattack damage. As you can see, some of these guys are taking like 144 damage as opposed to usual 102. So that's pretty much what the counterattack is. I mean, if your opponent is in motion, if they're jumping, and you hit them, that will give you a counterattack bonus for extra damage, which is always nice, and especially easier to do this with longer weapons such as Halberd and later on we'll pick up the Mirdan hammer. I know how you pronounce that, but I'll just call it the hammer. And that will be our main weapon because it's a new weapon. And that and the Claymore will be our two main weapons for the remainder of this playthrough. So, and since I'm going a Faith route, both of these will be upgraded to Blessed. So we'll have two very reliable Blessed weapons. I'm also going to show you in the next video how to retrieve the Blessed Mace in the world 5-1. And the Crescent Falcon in the world 4-1. And those will be the weapons that you should get right away after beating the stage pretty much. You do want to upgrade whatever it is, like if you want to upgrade the Wing Spear or if you want to upgrade the Halberd. You can go with either one. I'm going to go ahead and equip the Thief Ring, which I forgot to grab. Good, I remember now. I'm going to go ahead really quick and grab the Thief Ring. This is another item of note. I'll show you where it's at. It was kind of a fail on my part, not grabbing it right away. But you can either drop down and rescue Ostrawa and get the Thief Ring right there and then, or you can just run for it later. But it's up to you. Regardless, it's an item that you will need for Platinum. There's two ways to get the Thief Ring. I'll show you another one when we get to the world 5-2. It's in the Valley of Defilement after you beat the first boss. Not here, missed it. Anyway, you wanna just jump over here, and this is our second item of note on this level. Since you will need it for the trophy, you'll have to jump down and get it. I also recommend equipping it and wearing it through most of the game when you're in soul form, just because, one, it will help you to not aggro enemies from further ranges, and also it comes very handy when you farm those crystal lizards, because since it lessens the enemy aggro range, you'll be able to sneak up on them and be able to farm them a lot more efficiently. It comes into handy in the worlds 3-2 and 3-3, as well as 4-3, where you'll be farming for Moonlight Stone and Dark Moonstone respectively. So you definitely want to pick up Thief Ring. I will equip it right now. Not sure if I want to go to the Dragon Roost now, or if I want to just go through this bridge. Either way, you can do both. If you beat the first boss and gain the pure white world tendency, the dragons will be gone, which will make looting the Dragon Roost a lot easier. You just gotta watch out not to get ignited on that bridge. Now here you have to be cautious of this blue dragon. He can hit you with one swipe of his tail, so be careful of that. Here's some grass. This is not why we're here though. The main item to pick up is you want to pick up the purple flame shield, which is located right here. Ring of Flame Resistance. This is not the only way to get it. Oh, and you see me here. Didn't dodge him in time, so. But whatever. Next, I guess we're gonna backtrack all the way and get our souls really quick, and then we'll go ahead and confront the boss, the Phalanx, and then we will see if we're going to take on Executioner Miralda and to get the rest of the 20,000 souls that we need to achieve the pure white world tendency in this world. and I mean not the Pure White World Tendency, but to get the Miracle Evacuate, which you'll need to dupe the items and boss souls. Very important miracle. Gonna take on these guys fairly quick. You gotta be careful. If you do die trying to loot the Dragon Roost, it might be a safer option to just come back there once you are done beating the Phalanx, just because that's when you will have the Pure White World Tendency, making it much easier to loot, to grab all the loot there and do so untouched. Unlike you saw me failing to do in this previous attempt here. But now we're just coming back for the souls pretty much. Gotta watch out for these guys. If they do swarm you, they can kill you pretty easily, and you don't want to be screwed out of like 4,000 plus souls that we've achieved so far. You can also use this passageway to farm the Red Eye Knight for the souls. I'm gonna go ahead and trust Ostrawa to solo all the guys beneath me, so I don't want to really go and help him out right now. I know he can take them all on by himself. Hopefully that Blue-Eyed Knight with a Claymore is not going to be too much of a problem for him. Maybe I should just go down there and kill that guy really quick, because he's the one that usually is able to kill him, so hopefully that won't happen this time. Get some grass here. Kill this Dragling really quick. And I really don't want to risk having to redo this level. So that is why I will go ahead and kill the Blue-Eyed Knight for Ostrawa. So hopefully he doesn't massacre the fuck out of him. I always forget about this dude. Okay, I'm gonna trust Ostrawa with the rest of this. I think he got it. I'll be very pissed if he does not. He's kind of a wuss. He's also, I believe he's also the weakest Black Phantom that you'll encounter. As far as the non-playable characters go, I know there is Meat Cleaver Phantom, and there is also two Barbarian Phantoms that you'll find in the World 2-2. Now let's not forget about these boulders here. These trebuchet boulders that we're going to use to mow down all the dreadlings and soldiers along the way here. God, I am just showering in mail breakers. You can shower that shit. The running R1 attack will kill all these Boletarian soldiers in one shot. So if you have the opportunity to use it, do so. And we're going to use this our buddy dragon to clear up some room for us in the bridge. Just make sure you don't get scorched by the flame. Now I'm going to go ahead and retrieve the souls. And let's see how many I've gathered up so far. Shit, it's in a bad spot. Oh well. And I got him, and I'm getting the fuck out of there. Always jump down on the side path here because the red dragon comes back, and he is not a happy camper. He will just scorch you if you're in the middle of gathering that loot up. So I strongly suggest just jumping on that little side path as soon as you can. And now I can just sprint through this crap right here. It's safe where you see those two soldiers who are still alive. No, I'm not even going to bother with that item. It's probably some grass or whatever. So over here, I believe is it? No, it's Soldier Soul. You want to get some turpentine for boss battle up ahead. And this effectively opens the boss gate and the shortcut to this area. Don't forget to kill these draglings over here on the side. Don't want to get fucked up when you're so close to the finish. Be careful when you enter this room, just make sure you fully heal because there'll be two spear guys and another soldier who's going to be throwing some fire bombs at you. So now I'm going to go ahead and make our way down. Again, watch out for the torch guys. And they're also a new type of enemy. You'll see some of those phalanxes. They die in 3 hits. Otherwise, if you can get them from behind, you can kill them in 1 shot. You want to definitely pick up as many consumables as you can. All those soul items will come in handy later. And got him from behind. They also drop Shardstone and Hardstone, which comes in handy. You definitely want to get maybe some large Hardstone shards. Just so you can upgrade your halberd, or large Sharpstone shards if you want to upgrade your bastard sword or the wing spear if you've got it. So let's see what items I got here. Yeah, I didn't get the wing spear in this playthrough. Sometimes the Red Eye Knight will drop it for you. So nice of him. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and do the boss fight. I'm gonna go ahead and equip Turpentine, which is what you'll need. Let's see, what does it say here? Use flame weapons on it in the next enemy. Yeah, I will recommend this message. Even this one too. Write more messages so I can recommend them. Alright, now I coated my weapon turpentine, and now we're just gonna throw caution into the wind, and we're gonna just run in there and mash R1 really fast. If you take some damage, feel free to heal. You definitely don't want to be stunned while they're throwing spears at you. So now you just want to go ahead and pound on the Phalanx with your fire-coated weapon. And game over. Not sure why I just wasted a piece of grass, but here's some more stones to be had. Hardstone, and I got the Phalanx trophy, which is the first trophy that you'll probably get in this game. And now we're going to go ahead and back into the Nexus. And we're going to drop off the stuff that we don't need, and we're also going to use up all those consumable souls just to see how many souls we still need for the evacuate miracle. All right, first we're going to stockpile Thomas. We're going to give him the Jade hair ornament. Make sure you say yes to that, because he will reward you with the Ring of Herculean Strength for that, which is one of the rings that is required for the trophy. And we're going to go ahead and give him some of the useless chunks that we don't need, such as 3 mail breakers that we got, purple flame shield. Now, purple flame shield, I believe, is required for the trophy, so you definitely want to make sure you pick it up in the world in 1-1, the first level, Boletarian Palace. Want to give him all the armor, pretty much. Want to be as light as possible, because next we are going to go ahead and we are going to take on Executioner Miralda. Let's see if we can upgrade our weapon anymore. Yeah, we can, but I'm not going to waste any stones yet. So we're going to go right in here. And let's see if we're going to take on the Executioner Miralda. I believe the door should be open, and that'll be the first pure white world tendency event that you will encounter in this playthrough if you play in this the same manner that I am. Don't get me wrong, you know, there are many ways to play this, but this is the only real pure white world tendency event of note. So you definitely want to get it out of the way as quick as possible. At this part, you really don't get any items required for the trophy. I believe a large Brushwood shield might be required, but I also think Bior drops it. Correct me if I'm wrong. And yeah, you definitely do not want to be gangbanged by these guys. I'm going to use fire bombs right now. Black Phantom versions of the enemies are a lot tougher. They gain extra defenses, extra HP, and they hit a lot harder. Next, since I got the Thief Ring equipped, it'll be a lot easier to mine this Poor Lizard right here. Let's see what he drops. Some Sharpstone, not bad, not bad. I'll take that. And there's about 1,000 worth of demon souls, consumable souls to be had right here. I'm gonna pick up a total of 5 unknown soldier souls. So let's see how many we got. We got quite a few. So there's going to be another 5 draglings that spawn here. I'm going to try to get them grouped up together nicely and take them out via fire bombs. But not like this. They also die in a couple of hits, so don't be too scared by them. I'm going to go ahead and murk these draglings. I'm trying to get this crescent moon grass out of the way. You don't really need it. Renowned soldier soul. Nice. Very nice. Now, next, Executioner Miralda can be a pretty tough enemy at this point, just because you don't have much health, you don't have much endurance, none of your crap is upgraded, really, outside of your halberd, and she can hit like a truck, too, so she's not as tough as the Black Phantom version of her that you'll encounter later in the playthrough, but you still want to be careful, and you definitely do not want to take her lightly. The best way to combat her is the same way you deal with the Red Eye Knight, is just take a hit, block, and backstab. And be careful, because she can stun lock you pretty easily with gotta be careful here. Uh-oh. And this is where I die. Crap. Alright, now I'm gonna go and take my revenge. It's pretty close here. It was probably a bad time to heal. It's kind of a noob move on my part, but whatever. I probably should have just blocked and backstabbed her, but I wanted to play it safe, and as a result I paid for it. And pretty big fail on my part, but gonna go ahead and kill her right next. Kill her right back. That's what we gotta do. Now I'm in soul form, so it'll be a little more challenging, but no big deal. Just proceed as before. Make sure to remember about the two groups of draglings that spawn right there. You can also farm this crystal lizard one more time, which is kind of nice. I'm hoping that I can maybe get some large Hardstone or a large Sharpstone shards. And I'm just going to get rid of this stupid slave shield that tries to find me no matter wherever I go. Shard of Hardstone. Okay, maybe he does not drop large Hardstone or Sharpstone shards and a white tendency, who knows. Gonna use up all these fire bombs on these guys. Payback is a bitch, motherfuckers. Gonna go old Brett Favre in their ass. Yeah. Okay, first things first, let's get our lost souls, buff with turpentine, and let's try to murk this bitch one more time. See if it will work. Where are you going, bitch? You can also parry her, but since I don't have much HP, I really don't want to get like stun locked and take a bunch of damage and die one more time, because that'll just be embarrassing. Dying once to her is enough, when I should really be kicking her ass. She's a lot tougher in a Black Phantom version. And as you can see right here, she can probably... Oh. Where are you going? Where are you going, bitch? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch! Oh. And you get the Master's Ring, and you get the Binded Armor set, which since I'm a dude, I'm not going to be able to use. Another item of note is down here. It's the Ring of Poison Resistance. As I said before, you need all the rings for the Platinum Trophy. So you might want to pick it up here. There, you can get the Master's Ring and the Poison Resistance Ring later on in the game, but it's a lot easier to just get it out of the way right here. So I will go ahead and cover that. And I gotta say, I hate climbing these stairs. I wish there was an easy way, but if you just jump down, I believe you just jump to your death. So it reminds me of the Metal Gear Solid 3 stair that you have to climb right after beating the boss at the end. One of one of the most epic battles. And see, this is why we picked up the Ring of Herculean Strength. This is what you get for giving Stockpile Thomas the Jade Hair Ornament. So now I'll be able to pick up the leggings and complete the Brushwood armor set, which I'm not going to be probably wearing ever since it's so heavy. And it's really, there's no point using it. I mean, you get the stamina penalty, you get the heavy equipment weight, and you get the fat roll. So pretty much all negatives across the board for that. Next up, we're going to return to the Nexus. We're going to speak to the Monumental. When you talk to him, you want to accept the mission that he gives you at the end of the dialogue. Otherwise, you will essentially screw yourself out of the Friends Ring, and getting it will be a lot harder because you will have to go into New Game Plus in order to retrieve it. So just make sure to say yes to him when you talk to him. And let's see if I fuck it up. I already added an additional 5 minutes to this, so let's try to get that out of the way quickly. There's a slave shield, I don't need to get that. I wish I could just teleport out of the way, but the only way to do it is with the Nexial binding, and that will effectively screw me out of the 15,000 souls that I have amassed so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and touch the Hardstone. The Monumental awaits up above. Alright, gotcha. And this is probably going to be the longest episode of the series, but I just gotta get some of these things out of the way, get some of these rings, so I don't have to bother getting them later on in the game. I mean, some of them you probably just get by default, but alright, and here's a little cutscene. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. And now, this is the part where he asks you if you have the strength to accept the mission, and yes, because you're the man and you do have the strength to accept this mission. So now I'm going to go ahead and say yes. This will enable you to get the Friends Ring. You get the Friends Ring after you get your character tendency to pure white. Character tendency is different from world tendency, and I will touch up on this later on in the video walkthrough, so to speak. Right now, I'm just going to pick up the Stone Ephemeral Eyes. I know what the fuck that means, but you need it. And it's going to be one of the items that you will dupe right away as soon as you get the Miracle Evacuate. Man, what the fuck am I doing? I'm lost. I have to run all the way back here, and this is kind of annoying backtracking that takes place before you get the Evacuate. After that, you can just evacuate to the Nexus, and that will spawn you right in the middle of action where Stockpile Thomas is and where the Blacksmith Baldwin is. So without any further ado, here we go. And I'm going to use up all the consumable souls that I got. This is the part where a lot of people suicide just running off that ladder. Alright, so let's see here. What do we got? Unknown Soldier Soul, 12 of those. Unknown Hero Soul, 3 of those. Renowned Soldier Soul, 6 of those. And those are the items that you want to consume right away. And let's see how many souls we're going to get. Cannot mash square fast enough, to tell you that. Now we have enough, I believe we have enough souls to get Evacuate, which is what you will need. Yes, we're definitely going to have enough. Alright. Now you're going to go ahead and learn the miracle Evacuate from him, and this will be an essential miracle. After that, you want to talk to him and make sure you remember the miracle so you have it in your repertoire. And that way you can teleport out of the levels, and you'll be able to, most importantly, dupe. So, and I will touch upon that next. That'll be the next episode in the playthrough. We're gonna do some duping, and we're gonna also get the essential stuff that we need for the playthrough. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you got any questions, message me or let me know. If you got any comments or critiques. Thank you for watching, and you guys have a great day.